to Love and Black Power. Underground Warrior TV live at you. Live and direct. Coming to put them mega Negroes in check. Live and direct. We come banging on the beats. This is Carmelo Anthony. Part 2 versus white supremacy and the house slave. It's always the house slave, ain't it, my brothers and sisters, that hold us back, the sellouts, the buffoons. You see what I'm saying? Listen, to piggyback off my last video where I talked about Lena Baker, I didn't give you her name, about the black woman who was executed in this country by the United States government. She was convicted of capital murder, defending herself against her rapist. 1945, June 8th, 1945. This sister was convicted for killing a white man, capital murder. Ernest Knight was the white man that she murdered, defending herself. He pulled a gun out on her inside of his house. Wrestling with the gun, it goes off, he shoot himself. She was his maid, hired by Ernest Knight's family. But what they didn't know, that this guy was raping her and beating her. And when she went home, he would have people go to her house during segregation where white and blacks couldn't mingle. So when they got caught together, he kidnapped her. She went to jail. Till one day he takes her to his house, kidnaps her. He's drunk, pulls a gun out on her to rape her. She wrestles with him with the gun. He kills himself. They know facts that he had a thing for this sister where he raped and beat her almost any given time that he wanted. She was executed, lecture chair, by the state of fucking Georgia, another racist entity. It's the South. And you wonder why the South get that bad weather. And you wonder why the South get that bad weather. That's the ancestors, baby, coming back to revenge. And I spoke on, that's Lena Baker. May the ancestor rest in power. Lena Baker, go look it up. The black woman that was executed, the first black woman that was executed in the United States by the court system, by the so-called justice system. George Stinney Jr., June 16th, 1944, George was executed in an electric chair in Columbia, South Carolina. That was the young teen that I was talking about, where the United States, this government, this place they call America, that you so-called pretendians so proud of, cold America, cold-blooded America. He was executed in an electric chair, man, in this country for murdering two white women that he had nothing to do with. Two white girls that went missing, and he helped look for the white girls, but he told the people he had seen them earlier that day, so he was going to join in on the hunt to look for these white girls, and they executed this brother. His family had to move out of town. The white mob was going to kill his family. The white mob was on their way to the jail in South Carolina to carry out a public lynching by beat down, burn, and cut up. That's what they do. They go to the jails. They did that to a brother in Indiana. Go read that story. And then I come back and give you that name. But I'm going to give you the name of these two people. So I talked about the woman and the little boy because I want you to go look it up for yourself. because people think I'm crazy, but I'm giving you the name George Stinney Jr. Go look him up. They made a movie about his case. He was innocent. Trump supporters, y'all, that are black with these YouTube channels, they trying their best to impress the status quo of white America. The black conservative has to appeal to white supremacy as a loyal slave. This is why these YouTubers that are Trump supporters are swinging the bat at Anthony and Carmelo Anthony's defense of self-defense is why he unalived this team that we believe, the information that I received, that someone had to move out of the bleachers or there was going to be some trouble. The bleachers seats and the N-word, I don't know if it was exchanged, but that's what they're saying, that this was all racial motivated. Texas, baby, how can you be black acting like you got full detail on what occurred between these two, Austin Metcalf? I didn't want to say his name on here because he is deceased. He's not here to defend his name, but something happened. Altercation had to happen. I don't believe that Carmelo Anthony was a deranged lunatic, just want to wake up and go to the stadium and unalive someone. If you live in the South Texas, what I hear about Texas, and you black, you better be strapped with some type of weapon. I'm not promoting violence, but you must protect your essence. So these Trump supporters has to appeal to white supremacy as loyal slaves to go against the narrative that racism is alive. You have black conservatives who say America is not racist. You have black conservatives who could look into this camera and look you in your eye and tell you that America is not racist. Tim Scott, all that tap dancing that he did for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump ain't gave him no position inside that white conservative Ku Klux Klan circle because you don't belong. So they go against the narrative that racism don't exist, that racism don't exist. They go against the narrative that racism is alive. That's what they go against, like it doesn't exist. They don't think racism is alive and vibrant throughout every sector of America. Every sector of America is based on racism. What are he talking about? See, this is why these YouTubers that are Trump supporters, they have to illustrate that racism is an illusion, that we all crazy. We from this woke generation, but I'm not from the woke generation that you speaking on. I'm talking about my third eye open. I can see what's going on. I know how the world is ran. I studied the scholars. I studied this world under my microscope. I studied it. I did too much time in the pen. When I was in the pen, I read the books about the crooks. You can't tell me shit about how racist Democrat Party is, how racist the Republican Party is. It's all about Pan-African. If we not gonna come together as one people, then we're gonna fall. A house divided cannot stand. And we cannot stand. I'm not no Indian because the Indians enslaved Africans. Stop talking that Africans didn't come to America, that we're not related to Africans. We look too much like Africans to say we're not descended from Africans. You have 9 ether afro. An Indian has 6 ether hair. The Indians are the Eskimos, the Mexicans that were raped by who? The white Spanish. This is why you see those Negroes speaking Spanish. I shouldn't call them Negroes, but these are Siberian Asian people who was mixed with white people and black people, because some of them became Cherokee Indians, different type of Indians. You know, they enslaved black people. The Seminole, the Choctaw, they enslaved Africans. Africans was already here in America. Africans had navigation skills, man, maritime provision skills to get one place to another by sea. Who you think the African is? You better go back and do your research. You around here in America talking shit about Africans, talking about you an Indian. You ain't never read about the Africans universities. You don't do no studying. You too busy hating being black, and anything that's African you're gonna hate. Boy, we sick. Now that's another type of Negro. See, that Negro just hate himself and hate Africa. Someone get him the misconception on what Africa's all about. And African people, we are all different shades in color in Africa. We're not just one shade in color. You just hate Africa because the white man taught you to hate Africa. He give you fake illusions on Africa. He never show you the pretty parts of Africa. He always show you the downtrodden parts. Why? Why come the white man is scared of you to unite? So he got to give you a misconception of yourself. He taught you to hate yourself on your slave plantation. That's deep. In the movie Roots, there's a part in there about when Kunta Kinte say he liked a fine African woman like the sister that he was trying to, try to get at. And the sister said, I ain't no African. I don't want to hear that. I'm an Indian. You were Indian by rape. You have white blood in you by rape. Go check out the 5 civilized tribes of Asians who enslaved Africans. That's why some of the Indians are so dark. If you see an Indian and he got nappy hair, he got some African running through his bloodline. Why are you trying to just locate Africa just to Africa? Like the Africans were so stupid. We the first people to build boats. You need to go back and read John Henry Clark or Dr. Ben or get you some Ivan Van Sertima. You need some books. Because you teaching our people, misleading our people to hate themselves because they African descent. I done met some real smart, shrewd Africans up here. You can't talk about the Africans. How did the Africans come to the United States of America? We talking about today's African. I work around some Africans. How is it that they be able to take their money and send it back and build up network, build money? How is it that they're able to get stores and we African Americans, we can't come together and do what they do? Every motherfucker to come over here can get their shit together and move all the way up. But us as black people, we hate to work together. We hate each other. We jealous of each other. Africans don't like black people. Black people don't like black people. Africans don't, black people just like that. Africans in Africa don't like black people. If Africans love each other, that's the biggest continent on the planet. You got 50 countries with the most people in it, billions of people, 50 something odd countries. America just one country. You will lose America and Africa. How the fuck can you glorify a motherfucker like this? Africa, America, cold as America. Her grounds don't even produce like Mother Africa. Africa got every resource that man can think of. And they exploit Africa for her natural resource. As Africa goes, the Western world goes. This is why you don't want to be African. I'm just off the subject right now because the white man is about to go to war with Africa about her natural resources. There's a black man named Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso standing up to the West. While you over in America talking about always been here. You ain't got no swing back if this is your land at the man that took your land. I can tell this is your land. I ain't no African. I ain't no, I'm Indian. But somebody got your land. And you don't never talk about him. You don't got nothing to say about the man who took your land. All you do is talk about black people who are African descent. I'm not afraid of being African descent. My hair is non-ether. That what makes me an African. I knew that. My nose, my lips. Indians got thin lips. Indians got thin lips and they got 6 ether straight hair. Straight from Siberia, 16,000 years ago. They came from Siberia, the Asian Strait. Straight from the Asian Strait. And when they got here, the African with that maritime provision, the smartest people on the earth at the time who ran the world already navigated, circumnavigated the planet by ship, by boats. What are you talking about? But anyway, the Mega Negro is on YouTube as a house slave to undermine Carmelo Anthony. Self-defense claim. Self-defense, they don't want the brother to get off. And to appeal to white supremacy is why these Negroes making these videos every day trying to convict our little brother, Carmelo Anthony. Free Carmelo Anthony. Free Carmelo Anthony. Free Carmelo Anthony. You feel what I'm saying? Now, Charleston White, I know who y'all know who he is. Do y'all know who Charleston White is? He's the guy that brags about snitching. He make all these videos. He talk like he got some sense. Then he'll bomb on people who try to do stuff for us. He just a phony to me. But when he came out and said Carmelo Anthony was guilty, when he came out and said the young brother will be going to jail because he had no business bringing a knife to attract me. He was talking all this stuff. Now he have apologized to the family of Carmelo Anthony, said he did his diligent research and he found otherwise that Austin Metcalf was in violation. Now, when he first came out, dogging Carmelo Anthony out, talking about Carmelo Anthony was going to jail, whatnot. Mega Negroes was playing that video. They supported what Charleston White was saying when he came out and said that the brother is guilty. And when he apologized to the family, now he's crazy. Now Charleston White is crazy. These mega Negroes are swinging from white supremacy's penis. I see the videos every day they making against Carmelo Anthony. They won't stop. This is how you know they're trying to appeal to white supremacy. The mega coon has to be deceptive to mislead the black masses of our people, taking us to the slaughterhouse. See, the mega coon knows that white supremacy oppress black people. They just trying to cut a piece of pie for themselves and hope they be all right. But you know, those same people that was running Africa, like the Dahomey people, were enslaving black people, catching black people, selling them to the British. Then the British came back and enslaved the leaders over there that were enslaving black people. So, you know, that's how the game go. Because a white man doesn't love you, mega Negroes. You the biggest fools on the planet. You think you woke. You a Trump supporter. You can't even support your black self. You don't even like your black self. You looking for a white savior through Donald Trump. Donald Trump. You think Donald Trump like black people. You living in an illusion. And you trying to sell that to real people. We not going for it. We know Donald Trump is a bona fide racist. We know Joe Biden is a bona fide racist. We know Bill Clinton was a bona fide racist because he passed that bill in 1994 to lock brothers and sisters up. Yeah, that 3 strikes out there. How many people you think that's on death row that's black? I bet we the majority on death row. We the majority in these prisons. And everybody hate black people. Everybody, every race hate black people. Even black people hate black people. And this is why I know that we hate ourselves. How are you gonna be black? Yo mega ass, make America great. Tell me, when has America been great for black people since you boast with that hat? Can you answer that, Negro? Why, while you on YouTube trying to convict our brother using your media platform, trying to convict little Carmelo Anthony, you don't know nothing. You don't know the logistics of the case. But we know it surrounds racism. We know it's about racism, right? Was the judge in this case threatened with a letter? The judge to lower the bond on Carmelo Anthony so he can get a little bit of freedom. Wasn't that judge threatened by racists? You didn't put that up. You didn't say nothing about that. Because you support the racism against your own people. That's how retarded the mega nigga is. That's how retarded the mega nigga is. Oh man. Anything, boy, anything for the oppressor. YouTube hating on my videos. They want to make sure my videos don't rotate. Hey, y'all mash up the likes. Share this video. Mash up the likes. Share this video. Make YouTube mad. Make this go viral. Me, So Deceived versus the mega Negro. I take the mega niggas by myself. Fuck a conservative twin. I take on the Hodges brothers. I will prove that these are the most stupidest, ignorant Negroes on the face of the planet. How can you go against yourself? You were suicidal. You need to go get you a Social Security check. You suicidal. You shouldn't have to have a podcast. You will help white supremacy lynch yourself. You in love with the white man. The white man has no love for you. Has no love for you. Majority of white people, not all white people, but majority of white people have no love for your black ass. But you swinging from white supremacy penis. You hear me? You can't support your black self. You don't have enough history to give you the backbone and fortitude to be proud to be black. When I read the history of my people and went back and read the great history, the real history, and look at the universities that Africans had, the Indians didn't have a university like the Africans. No Indians had no university like the Africans. No Indian do not know how to build pyramids. All pyramids is a black African thing. All the pyramids is a black African thing. That's how we know the Olmec people of Mexico were African. The artifacts that they left. The Mongoloid didn't build nothing. What are you talking about? The Mayan Indians didn't build nothing. You call it the Mayan ruins. It's the Olmec ruins, and the Mayans took what the Olmec left, what the Africans left. I know the history. Get that book. Ivan Van Sertima, that came before Columbus, when Columbus in his diary talk about the Africans that he saw here. And when he sent those spears, them gold spears, back to Spain, Spain said it came from West Africa. Those spears that were found in Mexico with gold tips, because only Africans had the gold tips, the gold spears in the ancient times. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't that much gold over here in the U.S. The gold, California gold rush. Go read about the California gold rush. All the gold is in Africa. How did these spears, if the Indians didn't have gold, how did gold spears end up in Mexico, Negro? Do some research. Do some research. Trump supporters that are black try their best to appeal and appease white America. The black conservative is a loyal slave. Woo! A loyal slave. So Charleston White changed his tune. He got some information. I don't know. He said he apologized to the Carmelo Anthony's family. He must know something that the coons don't know, because the mega coons keep coming up with these videos to prove this brother guilty of just, he want to go out and just kill Austin this day. I think he was protecting himself this day. Now that Charleston White done changed his tune, now the conservatives are mad. The mega niggas, you're going to see them making videos. We know they got paid platforms. White supremacy get them the cameras. White supremacy get them the money. And that's why they swinging, trying to get this brother convicted. Negroes are so ignorant of themselves. They so ignorant, don't want to be black, hate being black, that they're now putting a bounty. They making it, putting a bounty on this brother's head when he gets to prison to kill him. That's how deep the mega nigga is. That's crazy. That is crazy. Y'all mash up these likes, man, on this video. Y'all share this video. Stay black. Don't turn your back on black people. We're going to be victorious, because if you know what time it is in 2050, I wish I could be around in 2050. I'll see some shit. 2050, everybody's dying off the planet. Right now, they will be minority in 2050. The biggest youth population in the world is in Mother Africa. The biggest youth population in the world is Black Africa. They say by 2050, Africa go be about 4 or 5 billion strong. And we know that the Asians are dying off the planet faster than they being born. Look it up. I tell you, go look it up. the Caucasians are dying faster than they're being born. By 2050, they'll be minority in this country you call America. So, yeah, that's the real deal. Holyfield, coming from Underground Warrior TV. Yeah, you cool niggas, I'm on y'all. Every day y'all make a video, and just because you got information from somebody that said they went to school with Carmelo Anthony, he's a bully, he like to start fights, that don't make that he was not protecting himself from Austin Metcalf and his brothers and his brother. Hey, mash up the like, share this video. We gonna get on them coons. We gonna get on them coons.